My Magic Pen by Cathy Li in COV 3. 2 days ago, my mom gave me a magic pen. It is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's sparkling and rainbow colored. I can't wait to use it. One day when I was bored at home, I wrote a story using this pen. I wrote about going into a magical world where there are fairies, pixies, dragons, and things that can never exist or happen in our world. Suddenly, the words on my paper came to life. They started bouncing and dancing back and forth. And then I was transferred into the magical world I wrote about. I gasped in astonishment. I was so surprised. It's the most magical thing I've ever seen or experienced. How will I ever get back home? I murmured to myself. Go home? Echoed a familiar voice. This place is wonderful. Why do you want to go home? We can live here. I was startled to see my twin sister, Cassandra, standing right behind me. How did you get here? I stammered in astonishment. I saw you transferred into your story, and I thought it would be fun to follow you, said Cassandra, rolling her eyes. Well, we need to get out of here no matter what, I snapped. Oh, all right, but why are you always so bossy? Complained Cassandra, only half joking. You're not the queen or the president. Just let me relax. I'm tired of your orders. Or maybe I should call you Your Royal Highness now. I ignored her rude comment and we continued walking. Minutes later, we found ourselves face to face with a magnificent place. It has tall towers and lots of gems studded on the walls. The inside was just as gorgeous as the outside. There were portraits and paintings of different people. What kind of story did you actually write about? Asked Cassandra curiously. One thing you should know about my sister. She is extremely nosy. Well, I wrote about fairies and pixies and dragons and stuff, I answered, not looking up at her. Oh, okay, replied Cassandra. She looked at me and muttered something to herself, which I think it must be another rude and annoying comment about me. We entered a gigantic room with one throne at the end. Sitting on the throne was a beautiful young woman with long, flowing brown hair, whom I swear I've seen before, with a crown on her head. Cassandra and I figured she must be the queen of the magical world. We came closer. Suddenly, Cassandra blurted out, Mother, is that you? Mother, repeated the young woman in confusion. Who are you? I'm Cathy, and this is my twin sister, Cassandra, I replied nervously. Oh, my nieces, exclaimed the young woman. I am Queen Titania, your aunt. You can call me Aunt Titania. You're our aunt? Asked Cassandra in shock. Does that mean Mother has a sister? Yes, said Aunt Titania. It's all true. Now I know why she looked so familiar. She's Cassandra and mine aunt, our mother's sister. I'll explain everything later, continued Aunt Titania. But first, you must make yourself comfortable. Cassandra and I lay down on the floor, waiting for her aunt to explain. Your mother, who is my sister, and I were both born here in the palace. We were best friends, closer to each other than any sister can be. One day, we had a quarrel, began Aunt Titania. Your mother left the palace heartbroken, and she accidentally crossed into your world. She got married there, and you two were born. Since then, I've never seen her again. Until yesterday, she came to visit me. And now, I'm talking to my beloved nieces. Wow, I exclaimed loudly enough for the whole palace to hear. But I have an extremely important question. What is it? Asked Aunt Titania. May we go home now? I blurted out. Yeah, agreed Cassandra. Mother would be very sick at home about us. I think she's talking to the police right now, because I think she believes that we're kidnapped. Of course you can, laughed Aunt Titania. I'll send you two home straight away. Oh, and if you want to visit me, just use your magic pen to draw a picture of the palace and you'll be here a second later. Got it, replied Cassandra. We'll visit you twice a week, and sometimes we'll bring Mother with us. Good, and sometimes I'll visit you in your world, said Aunt Titania. So keep your eyes open, because I'll be there in a flash with a flick of my hand. Now, I'll send you two home. She flicked her hand at us, and a second later, Cassandra and I were both back home. What an exciting adventure!